And first now report tonight. A jungle justice has become the order of the day, with people taking the law into their own hands. Though it may appear to be the quickest way to justice, however, such acts are against not just the law of humanity, but against the law of any sane society. Faith Ola Dimeji, who spoke with some on the residents, has more on this report.
It is an established fact in life that for us to survive in the same society, not girded with the cloaks and fabrics of anarchy, individuals must desist from perpetrating criminals and uncivilized acts such as jungle justice. It is observed that perpetrators of jungle justice innocently believe that they are strictly dishing out justice to an alleged criminal, thereby helping the society to reduce crimes and sanitize the police. However, other times the perpetrators are fully aware of its illegality and reverberating negative effects on the society, but choose to take law into their own hands as they believe it is the quickest way to justice. Although citizens who spoke with our correspondent asked this to say.
Let me start with this perspective that has to do with the trends of jungle justice as a thought for responsive to the high rate of crime. On a norms, you think by the virtue of law, legally, jungle justice is not an ideal thing. But I must tell you that what actually led today to jungle justice is the inability of the necessary authorities towards curbing crime in the society. When you ask people who have actually involved themselves in jungle justice, they will tell you that several times when they catch criminals like that, they hand them over to the police. At the end of the day, you see they will release the person without no legal punishment bestowed on the person. So that was one of the things that gave right to birth to jungle justice. But ideally, it's not really a good idea for one to profile a kind of judgment to a criminal without taking legal action.
Jungle justice as response to crime. I don't really think Nigerians should involve themselves in jungle justice. We should have handed it over to the police so that they can solve issues rather than just killing. Even the Bible don't want sinners to die. We want them to repent. That is why we ask them to give their life to Christ. So jungle justice to me is something that is not normal and should be abolished in Nigeria.
Well, jungle justice as a response to a crime can be said to be an immediate response by the community to someone caught in an act of in an offensive act. So most times before the police come, maybe someone is caught, like maybe burgling, is caught as a burglar or stealing or in a crime. So the community at hand, that the community is the first response to that crime. So they feel like I can't see someone committing a crime in front of me and I should not act. So I think the community coming together and as a response to that crime is what we call jungle justice. So, but most times, and I think that is why it's somewhat illegal in some places because we take it to the extreme, which can sometimes cost the person their life.
What I can say about jungle justice is that it's somehow there is too much violence in it, and when people take law into their hands, it causes conflict.
Like mostly when people take laws into their hands and try to punish offenders, like there's chance of them punishing the wrong people. Like you might punish a person that might not even be the actual offender. So you might end up killing an innocent person. Let's take for instance, like they burn person alive like that. So you burn an innocent person too.
Similarly, the further emphasized on how prohibiting physical violence can effectively deter people from taking law into their own hands.
If you look at the jungle justice, it's actually taking law into your hands by actually maybe inflicting pains on the suspected criminals. So of course it will go a very long way towards abolishing that.
Nigerians don't obey law, but it should. Prohibiting it can actually lead people to stop. Perhaps maybe some fines or dues will allow people to run away from taking laws into their hands, perhaps. Then I guess a particular term of imprisonment should be used to judge that. If that is used to judge, people will still run away from it. Then it will give a minimization to that particular thing called jungle justice?
I believe if you know the law, and you know the law is once you inflict physical violence to someone, you're going to go to prison. Like they have a term for it. So you're going to have to, reason it before you commit that act. Because it's like you are killing a killer. While killing a killer, you're also becoming a killer. So it's not. I believe it's going to be effective if we pull laws down to avert those jungle justice, like those effective response to those crimes.
Can prevent people from taking law into their own hands. And again, you cannot rule out that part of self-defense. Maybe at some point someone attacked him, and I was trying to defend myself also. So.
Additionally, they add this to say about how they would want the government to intervene so as to reduce instances of jungle justice.
There are several interventions on the part of the government to actually reduce the rate of people's involvement in jungle justice, which has to do with the police officers or people who are in charge of curbing crime in society doing the needful as per making their judgment, or probably, how do I put it now, or probably looking for solutions, or probably dealing with somebody who is involved in crimes. I know we have constitutions, we have laws that it's responsible for most of these things. So what it takes should be expended. If somebody has to be punished for that, let a legal action be taken towards that.
Even our governments, they are polluted already. Our government in Nigeria is polluted. So there is nothing they want to say that they will have a say over Nigerians. Okay, let's take a look at this thing that is still going on about the economical problem. They are yet to give a solution to that. So there is nothing they want to say that will get into the listening ears of the people. It may work in some other countries, but Nigeria, it's a no.
Like I just said, government intervention is propounding a law or signing a bill. When you sign a bill to prevent those jungle justice being done. So it's like, okay, when you find the person, when you find the culprit, you apprehend them and you take them down. Wait for the officials, the rightful people to pass judgment on that person. So you wait for them to come. So I guess if the government pass that bill and make the officers or police officers, like they make that law strict, I believe that if you want to pass that jungle justice, you have to reason twice, and okay, you apprehend the person and wait for the right officials to come to deliver justice to that person court.
If governments tend to intervene or reduce jungle justice, it's going to promote peace and harmony in the society.
Like with government intervention, like they can try, okay, like maybe at not too far from each places, we should have like police stops where like they can try watch, okay, let's say they notice any violence occurring anywhere, at least they will just try shop, at least to come quickly to save anyone that might be victim of jungle justice at some point. Yeah.
In conclusion, to do something illegal and often violent in order to punish someone because we feel the law will not punish them is not right. Faith Oladimeji reporting for KAFTAN TV News.